Yo, what is up, boys, and welcome back to another free pick video where I'm going to be giving you guys my best MLB locks for today's slate, guys. We have some pretty good matchups on. We only have about, I think, 9 games going on, but we have some pretty good matchups within those games. Right before we go into it, I'm going to be hooking one of you guys up with a free week of VIP picks, and also going to be giving you guys a huge free play in this video. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and let's go over a little bit of recapping now. As you guys saw, it's been a great weekend for me. I had a nice little rest, been to some football games. I was extremely busy yesterday, so I just played it light and just did like maybe 4 plays in VIP, and then we caught up on some errands, and now we're back to the start of a week, guys. So let's start it off amazing. As you can see, though, we played it light yesterday. The day before yesterday, though, we swept in VIP. So if you're on the free plan or in VIP, we've still been sending out picks, guys, and we almost swept the board. We only had one guy that missed, and unfortunately he had to be on the free plan play that I gave out. But we had an amazing day. I think it was Saturday in MLB, and we cashed all 4 of these plays, guys. Absolutely huge plays, and had a massive sweep in MLB. So we're gonna be going for that again today, guys. But let's hook one of you guys up with that free week of VIP picks. So if you're watching this video right now, very simple, guys. As soon as this video gets to 50 likes, gonna be hooking one of you guys up with a free week of VIP picks. All you have to do to enter is drop a comment down below while you're watching this video, and while you're down there, make sure you join the free plan. That's where I send out all of my free plays. They get texted directly to your phone, and then also make sure you guys are subscribed, guys. We're growing extremely fast. We're almost to 4,000 already, guys, and we're only midway through September. So drop a like, drop that comment, and make sure you guys are subbed, and you're going to get a free week of VIP picks. So the winner for last video looks like Kennard Jordan 9175. If you're watching this video right now, drop a comment down below so I get in contact with you, hook you up with your free week of VIP picks, and let's cash out, boys. Now if we double the like goal, I only have it set to 50. If we get to 100, I will be picking 2 winners in the next video. So drop a like while you guys are down there, and let's get this video started. So jumping into the first prop that I'm going to be locking in for today, we're going to be going with Mookie Betts. Now, I really love this prop. If we look at it, we can look at his last 10. We're going to take him over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Let's scroll down, look at his last 10 in general. So in his last 10 games, he's been performing extremely well, guys. 8 out of 10 on the over. He's getting 2, 3, and 4 hits in a lot of these games. So he's covering his line in just his hits alone. So the fact that he's connecting so much and getting so many hits is great for us already. If we look at his last 10 versus the left-handed pitcher, we can see the last 4 in a row he's done extremely well. 6 out of his last 10 games on the over. But look at this, guys. 3 hits, 4 hits, 2 hits here, and then only 1 hit here. I'm pretty sure they do have some nice head-to-head history as well, so we're going to jump into that. First, let's look at his head-to-head history versus the team. So I have 3 games so far. He's recorded 2 hits in both of his last 2 games, which is amazing for us. He's covering that line alone in just his hits, and then one right here on 404 where he just got 1 run. He probably got walked and still scored. So that's pretty good for us so far. The head-to-head history versus left-handed pitchers, we see we only have those 2 games, the 1 run, and then right here where he had 4 hits, runs, and RBIs, 2 hits alone to cover this line. So let's go back to his last 10. Like I said, last 10 look extremely solid. Let's look over some of the pitching matchups. So he's going against Suarez tonight. He has a 12-6 record and a 115 whip. So his walks plus hits per innings, he's doing a little bit better than league average as of right now. But let's look at their head-to-head history, because Mookie Betts has been amazing versus him. So if we scroll down, we can see Betts has 9 plate appearances versus Suarez so far. 4 hits, 2 home runs, guys. That is absolutely huge for us. I mean, 2 out of those 4 hits, 2 of those result in home runs, and also he has 2 RBIs. So versus Suarez so far, he has been doing amazing head-to-head, and he's also doing amazing in his last 10. So we can use that momentum versus plus their head-to-head history and absolutely cash this line out. Looking at Betts on the season, he has a 263 batting average versus a 267, so we have the advantage there. His weighted runs created plus, he's also created more runs as well with a 107 versus a 114.3, so we have the advantage so far versus left-handed pitchers, which is exactly what Suarez is. So it's 2025 versus left-handed pitchers. You can see we have that so far. And looking at Suarez, he is a left-handed pitcher, and we can see his ERA, so his earned runs allowed that he's given up so far. He has a 277 versus a 301, so he's given up more earned runs to the right-handed batter. That's exactly what Betts is tonight. Well, of course 24/7, but versus the right-handed batter, you can see he's giving him more earned runs. Batting average against, he has a 241 versus a 251, so we have the advantage in almost every category. Even home runs has a slight increase, and his weighted on base average as well. So a 281 to a 294, definitely loving this matchup so far, guys. Should be a great game. Let's go look at the hit totals for today and kind of see where they fall. So they don't have the highest hit total. Projected to be somewhere around the bottom. We're gonna have some picks from this game as well with a really high hit total. We can look at the game projections as well. Once again, guys, I say this every time, take these projections with a grain of salt, but it's projected to be a close game as well, so hopefully we should get some back and forth in this game. And then let's go back to bets. Let's pull up, see if we have any head-to-head recently we can find really quick. Nope. So our Ranger has not faced off against them head-to-head as of yet, but I really still love this matchup. That's going to bring us into our second pick, actually. As you can see, we're going to be taking Miguel over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. So these two props I absolutely love. I'm probably going to pair these two together. I'll show you guys that in just a second. But looking at his last 10, you can see it's 6 out of 10 on the over. Go ahead and do some deep research, play around with some filters. So versus left-handed pitchers, which is exactly who we're facing off against tonight. We can see with Matthew right here. We go back to it, we can do versus left-handed pitchers in general, and we can see he has 5 out of 10 on the over for his last 10 games. This one right here, he recorded 3 hits, and this is so important because if we go to this head-to-head matchup, we see they have 2 times where they faced off. He's been able to cover in both of these games, right? So if we go back to it, we can see 2 hits in this game, 3 hits in this game. Both of these guys are covering their line in just their hits alone, which means they are connecting a lot versus the team or versus the starting pitcher. And if we go versus left-handed pitcher, we can see we have this one game with 3 hits, right? And then we have the 1 RBI, so absolutely amazing so far. If we just create another tab, is what I meant to do the first time, and we pull up Matthew, look at his head-to-head game. Look at this, guys, 8-2-9 right here. You see this date where he gave up, go to his hits, he gave up 8 hits in this game. You can see Miguel in this game had 3 hits recorded against this starting pitcher. So he had 2 or 3 hits. One of them probably came from the bullpen, of course, but he recorded a lot of hits when last time Matthew was the starting pitcher. So definitely going to be locking this one in, guys. Scroll down, kind of look at the head-to-head history as well. So really great history since 2018. We can see 6 plate appearances, 5 hits, guys. So almost every single time he had a plate appearance versus Matthew, he's been able to record a hit except for 1 plate appearance. So doing absolutely amazing head-to-head. Look at that batting average, guys, 833. Absolutely amazing matchup so far, guys. We can go over here, look at Matthew as well. See, he has a 7-12 record. He's given up a lot of he's about league average. He has 133 whips, so his walks plus hits per innings, which means giving up about league average walks and hits. Exactly what we need to go over this line. Let's go his earned runs. You can see he has a 435, so he is giving up a lot more earned runs. We're going to go down here and look at that as well. So on the 2025 season, we have Miguel right here. He has a 314 batting average versus left-handed pitchers. We have that advantage as well with a 377. Looking at his weighted runs created plus, he has a 123.6 versus a 158.6. So he is creating more runs versus the left-handed pitcher as well, and that's exactly what Matthew is. Looking at Matthew on the 2025 season, he has a 4.35 ERA. So his earned runs, he's giving up a lot of earned runs, about league averages, I think 3.0. You get into that 4 range, you're pretty bad. You're giving up a lot of earned runs. And then versus right-handed batters, he struggles even more with a 4.67. So he's giving up more earned runs to the right-handed batter, which is exactly what we need to cover our line tonight. Now, batting average, he has a 269 versus a 267. So stays about the same, not really a change there. Same thing with home runs. And then over here with his weighted on-base average, a 322 versus a 317. So that also stays about the same. Not really a disadvantage there. If it was any bigger, maybe we could, play a little safer. But look at this guy, 6 plate appearances, 5 hits already. He's already been killing this starting pitcher. He's giving up league average walks plus hits per innings. He's losing a lot of his starting pitches. We just looked at their head-to-head history. He had 3 hits the last time he was a starting pitcher in this game. It was 7-5, so it even was a close game. We can go over the hit totals for today as well and kind of see where they fall. So if we just find who we have right here in the middle, so they're literally about the middle team when it comes to the hit totals for today. We can see the Reds are projected to have a little more hits than usual with a light green, projected to be around 9-ish. And then we can also go to the game projection as well and see they are kind of projected to win this game with a 4.54 versus a 4.17. Once again, take these projections with a grain of salt, but we can use them kind of filter out and do some deep research. We can also go to the pitchers. So we have Matthew, and then we also, who was our other starting pitcher? Look at the pitchers for today as well. We have Suarez. If we go to our pitchers, I'm just going to filter this by hits. We can see Matthew right here is projected to give up the 3rd most hits so far of today's slate, and then Ranger right here is projected to give up the 4th most hits of the entire day. So both of these guys right here. We also going to be talking about Parker and Strider, both of these guys, in just a second. But before we do, let's go ahead and lock this play over on ParlayPlay. So if you guys have not joined ParlayPlay, I highly recommend you guys do so. As you see, we're cashing on them a lot on the free plan and in VIP, so you're going to need this app anyway. But also, guys, you need a bonus app. If you play PrizePicks or Underdog, that's great, but make sure you have a second app to shop on. Not a second op, guys, we don't need those, but they will be matching your deposit match up to $100. So whatever you guys deposit, they're gonna double it. So if you put 50 in, you're gonna have 100 into your account. If you put a full 100 in, you're gonna have 200. So it's one of the easiest ways to build your deposit matches. Guys, take advantage of this. If you don't already have an account, at least do the deposit match to get that free money. So what we're gonna be doing is, if you use promo code ApexBetz, I have this pulled up right here for you guys. If you use promo code ApexBetz, guys, it's gonna give you that $100 bonus. That's all you guys need to do, or just click that link down below. I have it in the comment section for you guys. Click that link, join ParlayPlay with promo code ApexBetz. Take advantage of that. So let's go ahead and jump over and let's lock in these plays. So the first guy we're gonna be taking, who do I have? Mookie. I need to click on MLB first. Let's go over and take Betts. Over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for the first prop. And for the second prop, we're going to be taking Miguel. Going to be taking him over 1.5. This is the wrong one. I think it's this one. Let me just double check. Yep, right one right here. I'm going to be taking over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs as well. Both of these plays, absolutely love both of them. I showed you guys all the research. If you guys love it, lock it in as well. But I absolutely love this play. Gonna put the full 250 to win 662 on this play. So gonna go ahead and lock this in on the screen for you guys. Once again, if you don't already have ParlayPlay, that link is down below in the comment section. Join using that promo code, get that $100 bonus, guys. Absolutely huge. So with that being said, let's jump into our third prop. And we are going to be taking Garcia over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Looking at his first /10 and head-to-head, it don't look the best, but I'll show you guys why I love this prop in just a second. Told you we're going to go over Parker and Strider, both of these guys in this video. A little bit of correlation going on in this game, but like I said, Garcia over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. His last 10 is only 5 out of 10 on the over versus left-handed or versus right-handed pitchers, because that's exactly what Strider is. You can see 6 out of 10 on the over for his last 10 versus the right-handed pitcher. Had a nice little stretch of games right here where he was going over, getting a lot of RBIs, it looks like, and runs in this game. And his last 2 versus the right-handed pitcher, he ended up missing. We can look at home games, 4 out of 10. Head-to-head history versus right-handed pitcher, 4 out of 11. If we do anytime, it stays the same, 4 out of 11. So head-to-head in the last 10 don't exactly look great, but I'll show you guys why I love this in just a second. Starting off, guys, look at Strider. He has a 5-13 record so far, losing a lot of his starting pitches and a 1.40 whip. So he's giving up a lot of walks plus hits per innings, exactly what we need to cover our line tonight. His ERA as well, he has a 4.86 so far, and versus Washington, he had a 8.31 in that one loss. So he's given up a lot of earned runs. We can scroll down here and kind of look at their history versus each other and see Garcia has 15 plate appearances versus Strider, and then he has 6 hits already. 2 of those hits resulted in home runs and 5 RBIs. So he is killing it so far versus Strider. I also want to show you guys another reason why I'm loving this. While we're looking at the chart, since it did look so bad, let's go to head-to-head versus right-handed pitchers. Let's pull up Strider on the tab. Click on him really quick. Look at their head-to-head game. So in the one head-to-head game versus each other on 520, we can see right here they faced off. We go back to Garcia and see on 520, he recorded 1 hit and 1 RBI. So even though his last team he hasn't been doing the best, when Strider was the starting pitcher, he was able to cover. And then also looking at the head-to-head history, you can see 6 hits, 2 home runs, and 5 RBIs is pretty good, guys. Looking at Garcia on the 2025 season, he has a 258 versus a 276 when it comes to right-handed pitching, so he does fare better versus the right-handed pitcher. And he also is creating more runs as well. You can see a 92.4 versus a 108.9, so he is doing a little bit more when it comes to creating runs as well. Looking at Strider on the 2025 season, he has a 5.86 ERA. Like I said, already giving up a lot of earned runs. League average about 3.0. You get in that 4 range, you're already pretty bad. He has a 4.86. You can see he gives up even more earned runs to the left-handed batter, which is exactly what Garcia is, with a 5.66. Batting average against, he has a 265, and his home run stays about the same. And in his weighted on base average, guys, he has a 348 versus a 358. So he is struggling a good bit more versus almost every category. We can even look at his main pitch arsenal. When guys throw one of their main pitches about 50% of the time, I like to look at that as well. So you can see the fastball, he throws 52.5% of the time. Garcia versus the fastball has amazing stats so far, only a 10.9 strikeout percentage, and you can see his weighted on base average as a 352. So pretty good for us, guys. He's doing pretty good versus the starting pitch, versus the starting pitcher, versus their head-to-head history. Everything so far is lining up for the over. Going to be locking in Garcia. And also another thing I want to show you guys, when I look to the pitchers tonight, I was going over the projections chart. If you guys want to use this, you can, take the Outlier tool. Don't just take these projections and lock this in. I have a link down below in the description where you can use this Outlier tool that I use for a majority of my research, guys. 7-day free trial. You can use it for completely free if you haven't already. Then you can take these projections that I'm showing you guys on the screen and plug them in the Outlier and see what the research and head-to-header is looking like. But you can see Garcia in the last 3 years, 11 plate appearances, 11 at-bats, and 4 hits already. 1 home run, 1 extra base, all of that, guys. He even has a 10 out of 10 advantage versus Strider tonight. So we have the advantage in almost every category, like I just showed you guys on Outlier. That's basically all this 10 is saying. It's showing you all this green down here that we just saw, saying he has a perfect matchup, plus the head-to-head history. So that's all the projections are doing, guys. Still take them with a grain of salt, but I'm loving this line so far. Once again, I said we're going to go over those pitchers. We just saw Strider, the second most hits on the entire day. It's kind of what he's projected to be around. You can see that 5.8. Once again, take it with a grain of salt. He could easily give up no hits in this game, but with the projections, with the matchup, he's projected to be around the second most and the most runs as well. You can see with that 3.5. So really should have a nice game back and forth right here. Both pitchers are kind of struggling, which is why we're going to jump into our last prop, which is going to be Mitchell Parker over 2.5 earned runs. So definitely loving this one, guys. In his last 10, we can see he is 6 out of 10 on the over, and all of his misses been extremely close, only missing by 0.5. So they could have easily covered in one of these games as well with one more run. Let's look at his last looking at his game to home. We can check that out as well. We have 6 out of 10 right here, still a bunch of 0.5 misses in 4 games right here on the over. We can look at his head-to-head history and see 3 out of the last 4 games when he has faced off against them, he has covered this line, or he has went over this line of 2.5 with 3, 4, 0.5 miss right here, and then 3 right here. Of course, these 2 were last year, but still good to look at. So far both games this season, he has been giving up more earned runs than usual with that 2.5 line. We can look at his stats as well. He has an 8-5 record, so he's losing a lot of his starting pitches. He has a 1.44 whip, so he's giving up more walks, more hits per innings, which is exactly what we need for our batters over there to score a little more. We can look at his ERA, so he has a 5.69 and a 6.30, even though they won versus Atlanta. Still give up more earned runs, you can see right here so far. We can scroll down, look at his innings head-to-head. He's been getting around 5, 4.2, 7, and 6. So see what he's projected around tonight. Projected to be playing around that 5 innings, so it should be good for us. We can check out his last 10 and kind of see what he's been at. So in his last 10 games, he's getting 7.2, 4.2, 6.1. So if he gets around that 5 range, which should be really solid, as you can see for a lot of these games, as long as he gets around 5 innings. Playing around 4.2 is where he seems to maybe hook some. Even this game right here, he only played 1.2 innings and still gave up 5 earned runs. So he should be giving up a lot of earned runs tonight. But we can scroll down as well and look at the rankings. So Atlanta batting versus left-handed pitchers. Of course, Parker is a left-handed pitcher. In the last 30 games, they are ranked 6th. So they're doing pretty good versus the left-handed pitcher, guys. As a 272 batting average in the last 30 games, and in the 2025 season, they rank 14th. So batting average against as well, you can see 19th percentile, 271. So absolutely amazing. ERA, you can see ranking 8th percentile, 5.69. So absolutely amazing so far with these stats. He should be able to give up more earned runs. We can even go over here and look at this chart for the projections for tonight. Both teams are projected to give up around 3 to almost 4 runs in the first 5 innings anyway. That's what this chart is today. You can see projections around 45 to 43%. So really could be back and forth. Both guys are really terrible. Both guys should struggle. But I'm going to be taking Parker to go over his 2.5 earned run. So those are the 4 props, guys. Remember, I had also locked in those first 2, locked them in together on ParlayPlay. If you don't already have it, make sure you join using that link down below in the comment section. Promo code ApexBetz is going to get you that $100 bonus, guys. So really, that's about it, guys. If you like any of these, go ahead and lock them in while you can. Once again, if you want to use some of those projections, jump over on the Outlier research tool, 7-day free trial in the description, and do your research on them. But that's about it, guys. Good luck with all your bets. Let's go for a sweep, and I will catch you guys over in VIP for the rest of the plays.